Our own Aran Warszawski, who incidentally played against me in the previous Action Run Zero match, is playing my fellow commentator and current villain of the match, Justin Abramson. The man, the legend, the sensation. And we are off. Aran is playing as the USA, and same IDs in hand with 2 4-ups, containment, decoy. Well, Korean War is also nice to control. But a very solid hand by Justin, although no unattached, unencumbered, maybe 4-ups. But the Socialists for a good start, Vietnam revolts, same. So assume a containment headline. Even if you have these 4-ups, well, A, you can hold one, and B, you might as well be purged, so there's value to containment in any of these cases. Versus, well, Vietnam revolt seems the most promising here, although okay, depends on the setup. No European cards cited, so I guess 1 influence, maybe even 2 could go. No, it's kind of pointless to put 2 in France. There you put 1 or 3. And which would have been quite risky against Socialist government's headline, by the way. Biggest disadvantage of this modern setup. Okay, and yeah, Aran is a modern fella. Might get burnt. Social is now gone. Okay, he's maybe expecting defectors, but even then. Whoa. Okay, I cannot read modern trial struggle at all. Oh, right, he didn't put any influence next to Italy. Yeah, I don't like that. I really don't. That move I also don't like. Arab-Israeli war could have been an event. Maybe, possibly. Whereas Comic-Con played for, oh, maybe even Ethiopian unrest, even better. To use it while it loses only the Finland influence. Would have provided even better value. Still, Nazis as a headline instead of containment. You don't get full value from containment, I agree. In fact, yes, significantly less than usually. Since you would like to space decall, if that works, space Korean, you have 2 4-ups. So in this scenario, you might have only limited, very limited bonus from containment. Maybe it's just as well leave it or turn 2. It's a great Redskar Purge antidote. Okay, and that's the advantage of holding the Korean War. You can just nullify Asia scoring immediately. I wonder, against a 4-5 setup in Europe, I think I might be tempted to use 3-3-2, since it practically nullifies. Well, not exactly nullifies, maybe Socialists, since Socialists as a headline plus Europe scoring AR1 is still no presence. So clean 5 VPs for the Soviets. But a maybe, let's say, a maybe. Okay, a coup where Pakistan. Always a risk if you're not holding the war. Which is why I would have probably, but no, he knows, as in Justin knows that Aran doesn't have Middle East scoring. That much is obvious. But regarding Asia scoring, he can't be sure. Which is why. Okay, he rolled something, a 3, I think. Though it just blinked before my eyes. But that's just not enough. So I guess Aran will just rinse and repeat. This time with 3 influence, probably. Since at Defcon 4, well, cool, counter cool, we have good odds. Sorry, at Defcon 5, but at Defcon 4, slightly more problematic. By the way, I'll be a bit troubled regarding a hold card choice for Justin. Since there are 2 candidates, or 3 even. Socialist governments and blockade for good value on turn 2, and US Japan, well, for the hope of getting UN intervention and playing it for free. Which is why I usually like to hold US 4-offs for as long as possible, because, well, A, there might no longer be as valuable to the enemy if, well, the region is scored or most of the martial targets are taken, for example. And, well, I might get UN intervention and play a 4-op for free. Okay, so decision. One problem of Aran's hand, of course, is that he has 2 unplayable cards, truly unplayable. NATO already. Not exactly a fan, although you need to take West Germany, so maybe that's why. 3 Pakistan, 1 is West Germany, maybe, although, okay, there's also a matter of Lebanon in case Suez crisis happens. Still, you think your last 4-op right now has this wasteful vibe to it. And definitely not that. Containment is a potential hold card. Never do that. The potential hold card is early. I mean, you're not going to event a 5-year plan. You're not going to hold it for the hope of eventing it. I don't see any conceivable way to do that. Whereas containment is a maybe. Of course, if you miss your space roll, and then it's a maybe no. Since you are holding the other Soviet crappy card. By the way, it would have been mighty inconvenient for Aran if Justin events blockade on turn 1. If he doesn't make his first space roll, he's eventing Korean War or Decal. Not awesome. Okay, now we are missing 2 3-up cards from their card draw. Might be some delay in the stream, I think. Maybe he's shuffling them. Okay. Our master of setups, Harip, is resetting the stream. Apparently some magic happened. I still can't see what's downstairs. The cards played, but apparently, okay, he went to Pakistan, Egypt, and West Germany. Oh, I guess there must have been some issues with the broadcast from Justin's side, so Harip switched to Aran. So what could have happened? I guess no more coups, since military ops are at 3 still. What was the Soviet play? Obviously, USA played 2 moves with their 2-3 ops. 2 Pakistan, 1 was Germany, 1 Egypt, 1 India. Okay, finally a coup. And the suspense. Yeah, but only Egypt. NATO. Ooh. Think I would have used special. I'm not sure. There's some great value in getting access to Libya so early. Hey, you have to coup. I mean, there's no alternative about it. So you might as well do it now. The only option is which card to use, but I would have left a 4 up. Oh, right. Soviets must have entered West Germany with Truman. That must have been their move. And the extra influence from Aran was moved there to repair the damage. Still not seeing Justin's hand, but we know he has socialists and blockade. And one more card. I apparently forgot about. I guess, yes, it must be US Japan, since he neither played it nor spaced it. By the way, this sequence shows why it's prudent to take Lebanon early. Yeah, didn't like Lao Cambodia move. That could have been played using a bonus from Vietnam revolts. And by the way, this was good reason to indeed use NATO card earlier to grab Lebanon. Okay. That's actually a correct choice. Oh, and he made the roll, which is very important. But that was very correct choice because by taking South Korea, Aran suggested strongly that he indeed does have the Korean War. Got away with that one. Okay, so I guess if you see blockade, you can hold it, and you actually should hold the decal. Especially since it's particularly useful now to put one in France, I guess. Asia is good. You're not going to dominate it anytime soon. Yes, one in Iraq, that's very useful. One in France. Come on, the goal is looming, Suez. Same. That way, you at least provide a modicum of protection. And it is guaranteed for the USA to be able to hold at least one of the D cards until... No, I really hate Indonesia move. Not a great fan of going to India with both influence. Better, though still not a fan. Ay, caramba. Come on. Perch, Marshall, and duck and cover? And the goal. So to be able to control this card too. Hey, give him Diesel while you're at it. And Nasser. So you can dump that card. Though not too early, not too early. No reason to give Diesel any more fuel. Okay, that's tricky. Marshall is not very useful here. We've seen NATO already. It won't stop any Suez plus Europe dump play. So it's between duck and cover and the purge. Duck and cover is awesome against anything except for Suez Crisis. Since with Suez, the Soviets can use, maybe even use Japan, to take France and secure long-term, at least, so favorable draw in Europe. Although I think with these monster hands, with only 1 4 up unaccounted for, I think. I know there's China cards, so Soviets always can take France. I would go with the goal. Against anything other than Suez, it's the best. And means a massive advantage for the USA. Just using Suez alone is a 5 VP swing. Well, for some ops price, of course. Okay. Ay. So much better with duck and cover. But still, huge advantage for Aran. Unless Indo-Pakistani war comes and makes a mess, of course. So, a coup without a purge, I guess he would go against Iran, but now... Okay, he has to have a war card. Otherwise, I just can't believe he would not have used a tri-op to have full value. So, okay, these are 10 options. So, you spread. Angola, of course. Probably Algeria. Don't use Warsaw. No, use a US card. Angola. Algeria. Indonesia, I guess. No. Come on, he's perched. What is he going to do? Look at you in a threatening way? If he has in the Pakistani war, that's a Soviet dome in Asia. Unless it can be challenged somehow? Well, by taking Japan, of course. But other than that... 4, 5... Okay, maybe grab Indonesia. But okay, Angola is forced. You don't have that many ops, my friend. Since, well, you'll be getting rid of the goal one way or the other. Malaysia probably doesn't make much sense, but okay. Now, I wonder if the reason for using for using Iran for the Olympics coup was to dump CIA, which I expect to see right now if he has Distal. Unless, of course, yes, Asia scoring should go first. So in the Pakistani war, if he has whoa, no Asia scoring. And no Middle East scoring, probably. Interesting. Okay, but yeah, but uh, maybe. No, you're right. It makes sense. Wonder what he plans for Marshall. It's actually quite reasonable to event it. Especially since now, after grabbing all that land in Asia, say doesn't really has to do anything there. Middle East is a maybe, a very maybe. But I guess one might grab Saudi Arabia all the same. But man, Justin must have an awful hand. Just total crap. I mean, look at this. One up, one up, one up. Well, with and without the purge. Okay, not sure I like that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't. I think immediate Warsaw Pact into Saudi was a better choice here. Yes, I think I would have grabbed Saudi instead of that immediately with Warsaw. And now, ooh, your Japan plan worked. Because now we're going to see an influence in Saudi, Iraq. Not a fan of that, of double Iraq. One into Saudi Arabia. I liked that more. Although now it's probably not very useful for Aran to even make Middle East fight. That's a fight he just cannot win. I guess Marshall for the event. Warsaw to expand to Zaire. One extra into Italy, I guess. And then the goal. Just to keep Europe very safely under control. Of course, going for influence also makes sense. Although I feel that Aran is delaying the unpleasantness a bit much. I mean, he has the goal. He has to do something about the goal. My preference, event it. Get rid of it. Although, no, that gives up access to Italy. Fidel, mi compadre. Yeah, I see why Justin would feel safe about that. So, Zaire, come on, you have to do it anyway. But first of all, make up your mind about France and the goal. Do you event the goal? Do you space it? If you space it, don't worry about Italy. He will have no access to it. If you event it, well, probably France going to need some love. as well as Italy. So in this one particular scenario, pacing, not my personal favorite in this situation, likely is a better choice. Okay, I lost stream for a moment, so hang on tight. Hey, why there are so many Justin supporters on the main chat? Where are the Aran boys? Well, I am one, so I guess I'll have to do. So, all in all, a great position for Aran. He's able to hold D-style until after the reshuffle. Sorry, decall until after the reshuffle, which is rare for a decall given in turn 1. He has a safe domination in Europe, a bit tenuous one in Asia, since, well, Korean War will be back. Indo-Pakistani War will show up its ugly head on turn 3. And of course, there's always an issue of a direct China card attack. So, Asia domination is dicey. And I think you really need to take one more country. So if you lose one of these wars, it's not Soviet domination immediately. Yes, also, take Indonesia and you can relatively safely headline Asia. Being sure that it's very difficult for the Soviets to it's impossible to steal the domination, and it's quite difficult, actually also impossible, yes, to even stop it with any other card than one of two wars. Well, okay, something happened, magic all around. He didn't. Okay, he had D-stall. Didn't get Indo-Pakistani, didn't get Asia, didn't take Indonesia. Got Europe again, which is pretty awesome. No Middle East. Less awesome, I'm guessing, will be a Soviet domination, or at least very hard to defend against, since for the first time Aran got a crappy hand. And what do you headline here? I guess it has to be the factors. We've seen the cards already, I think. No. Okay, unless I'm mistaken, and the factors is a known card, that's an automatic headline. No, that's a waste. Come on, don't do that. No, come on, with this crappy hand? You don't have the firepower for it. One playable 3-up. One, count them. You might want to use it. No, you cannot take Israel. You've got the war at hand. Double space, obviously. Could have stopped socialist governments. Just saying. And it's actually not a bad move for Justin to just take France. Because to any coup, he could respond with a coup in Colombia. Although there's one problem, of course. Justin has 2 scoring cards. And one of them is bad. Wow, Formozan. Whoa, he's doing it? What a turnaround. Oh man. Okay. Now I guess you have to coup Libya. That's One more scoring. But now, oh. Justin outmaneuvered, or maybe even Aran outmaneuvered himself into a very problematic position. Suddenly, the Columbia move is a liability. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. This could have been 5 VPs for Aran, now it's 2 for Justin. 7 VP swing, just because of an over-ambitious decision. Yeah, maybe it was really the best option to bite the bullet. Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, if oh right, Asia scoring. Oh, right. That was a valid reason not to headline the factors, but still, I wonder. But no, Justin has in the Pakistani war, and that's key. That's very good news for Aran. In a way that Justin wouldn't headline Asia scoring without trying in the Pakistani war first. He might go with Middle East scoring, sure. Okay, I think I would cool Lebanon. Sorry, keep confusing them. Cool Colombia here. You didn't get D-style, so at least gamble on that. I mean, the fate of Asia will depend on the war anyway. Middle East won't be bad. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Oh. Aran just needs to enter Venezuela now. Everything else is optional. Middle East is a problem, but one I don't think you can do anything about. Okay, that's one very ambitious approach to it, though maybe. Though if Justin only had a 3-op, and if he does, well, he's playing it into Iraq immediately, then yeah. Ooh, okay, actually worked. Okay, around spacing time then, dude. Come on. You really gain nothing by delaying. Also suggests Justin's hand is not that great. Of course, a simple China break of South Korea is enough to get a draw in Asia now. Is it? No. Formosa might actually work, but okay, first things first. First wars first. And it actually failed. Okay. That's huge. Yes, second space also failed. So USA used up all the high rolls, which Soviets needed so badly. So, now what? China break? I guess he should try something. Although it's AR5, is it not? So, one last play, that's not enough. No. That will be a US Dom. Gotcha. Okay, come on, don't touch the war. No, that's a hold card. That's the hold card. Come on, at least use Suez to drain Israel of all influence. Okay, he got away with that, but come on, are you not holding Arab-Israeli war, hoping for Camp David on turn 4? You have two perfectly playable cards. You keep Suez for blockade, of course. Yeah, some crap in Justin's hand, and he's in a proper one small step position. So, Norad. Zaire, of course. Actually, no. No, that's wrong. Zaire, sure. Probably Angola, but definitely not Panama or Brazil. I would go Uruguay, Mexico, or maybe Saharan states. Wow. Oh boy. So, good times are back, eh? One tricky thing here is the headline. Even got one small step on that's precious. This, huh. I think I'm starting to like headlining Salt here, but no, there's nothing to pick up. Because BM doesn't have an obvious target. I mean, of course, there's Thailand, but he just scored already, and you really like the ABM as an insurance policy against, I don't know, Argentinian junta, Mexican liberators, Panamanian, something like that, Coors, maybe even in Angola. But of course, there's always the threat of missile envy. So the condition is: does Salt have a potential 4-up you could grab and give to your opponent? Might not. I don't remember exactly, but I think Duck and Cover might be the best thing to grab. So in that sad scenario, I guess you go with ABM to Thailand. Now, Ask Not is the obvious hold card, so Willie goes to space, or Suez. Either way. And okay, will it be Junta or Liberation Theology for Justin? Also juicy. Okay, what's your poison? Because Brushford doesn't have an obvious target. Place influence? Huh, that makes sense. Yes. Yes, I think I like that. Put one in Saharan states, that's for sure, because Algeria seems like the most likely target. I know, Italy. Sure. But I think with Europe's court, and assuming you put one in West Germany as in right now, should be safe enough. So one West Germany, one Saharan state. To Mexico, I guess, or to Uruguay. Oh yeah, like that a lot. Saharan states, come on. Although, okay, after the coup exchange, no, you don't mind losing Saharan. No, okay, don't like. No, you don't have enough for it. Not enough. Not enough. Maybe not Saharan states, only Cameroon. To stop an obvious realignment against Algeria, although I like stopping potential brush against Algeria. Though I still think Justin might go for Italy. I guess Uruguay protects Brazil a little bit. So there's something to be said about that, but Yeah, I don't see Brazil as the target. What? How? Why? No. Come on, the obvious scenario is brush happens, whatever it does. He coos. You coo back. Whoa. Oh man, poor Justin. And then. Good call with ABM. Yes, it says what it always does, give up Suez crisis. Gimme, gimme. Come on, you're not. Oh, there was the purge. Right, that would have been awkward. Had I played Salt here in this game. Okay, no missile envy headline from my opponent. Let's grab the purge. And then missile envy. And that's a big gimme gimme. But that's actually a bit of a relief. I mean, now you don't have any dilemma. What to space, what to play, what to hold. Everything is obvious. And you can start realigning Cuba, and if that works, how about Iraq? No, don't coup. Okay, influence placement, usually, sure. This time, no. Yes, Central. You have position against Cuba. Just do it, like the slogan says. Oh dear Lord. Come on, what are you doing to me? Why are you playing with my heart? Okay. Oh, good enough. And what's pretty awesome, you can rinse and repeat. Yeah, Salt as an event this turn. I like that too. There's the Purge. Okay, cool. Man after my own heart. Rolls. Also good. Okay. One small step. Visits the year back. Okay, don't be greedy. Just cool dancing. Okay, can Aran win on turn 4? No, not with Salt. Come on, 2 is enough. One small step. Not a big one, just a small one. That's all it takes. That's all you need. It's not that important to succeed in this coup. And break opponent's spirit by showing him that you got one small step as well. Sometimes I think that the psychological value of some moves is grossly underestimated. Whoa, okay. He is so screwed. So central, no, not south, central, and it's thank you, goodbye. Central is enough, and it's easier to attack than South America scoring, which will give you enough to cross the finish line. Central is... how many is that? 3, 4, I think. That's 15. South will get you through the finish line. But don't let him take Cuba back. Yep, that's the one. Justin now realizes that he is so screwed. Oh, okay, that's kind of hope. Ah, poor Justin. Yeah, that really wasn't deserved. He deserved a better chance.